10,000 years ago, humans survived freezing nights with no blankets, hunted animals stronger than them, and buried their own dead, and kept walking the next morning. Today, some of us lose sleep over a text message that says, "We need to talk." So here's the question nobody wants to ask out loud. If life got so much easier, why did we get so much weaker? Let's be honest, most of us have never hunted an animal, never built a shelter with our bare hands, never gone 3 days without food. Our ancestors did all of that regularly and still had energy left to raise kids, build communities, and survive winters that would honestly end most of us in about 2 days. And yet here we are, comfortable beds, endless food, zero predators, and somehow more anxious than ever. So what happened? Did humans actually get weaker? Or is something else going on? Stick around, because the real answer is a little uncomfortable and a lot more interesting than you'd expect. Here's the first piece of the puzzle. Comfort isn't free. It comes with a hidden cost. And we're paying it without realizing it. Your ancestors' bodies and minds were built by stress. Cold built tolerance, hunger built patience, danger built calm under pressure. Every hard day was basically free training for the next hard day. We removed almost all of that. No cold, no hunger, no danger. Which sounds great, until you realize we also removed the training. It's like a muscle that never gets used. It doesn't stay strong, it just quietly gets weaker. And nobody notices until one day a small problem suddenly feels enormous. But comfort is only half the story. Here's the part most people never think about. 10,000 years ago, you weren't facing hard days alone. You had a tribe. 15, 20, 30 people, watching your back, sharing your food, sitting next to you by the fire. If something went wrong, you weren't alone with it. The whole group absorbed it together. Now, many of us face our hardest days completely alone, in an apartment, staring at a phone with hundreds of friends online and nobody actually in the room. So it's not just that life got easier, it's that we got lonelier at exactly the same time. And loneliness doesn't just feel bad, it makes everything feel heavier. A bad day used to be shared. Now it's carried solo. No wonder it feels so much heavier than it should. Now here's the part that flips the whole idea on its head. You'd think feeling things more deeply is a flaw, right? Like we just got soft? Not exactly. Scientists who study emotional sensitivity point out something surprising. Humans didn't lose the ability to handle hardship. We lost the practice. Sensitivity itself isn't weakness. It's actually a sign your brain is working exactly as designed, just untrained for what it's facing. Think about it this way. If you never lifted anything heavier than a phone and then suddenly had to carry a couch up 3 flights of stairs, you wouldn't say your body is broken. You'd say it's simply out of practice. Your emotions work the exact same way. We didn't get weak, we got untrained. And that's actually good news, because untrained things can be trained again. So here's where it gets useful, not just interesting. If sensitivity is really just an untrained response, that means small doses of discomfort, on purpose, can rebuild that old resilience. Things like cold showers, hard conversations you don't avoid, physical effort, even just sitting with boredom instead of grabbing your phone. It's not about making life harder for no reason, it's about giving your mind small reps. The same way your ancestors got, just without the literal life or death stakes. Funny enough, the annoying things people avoid, discomfort, effort, boredom, might be exactly the thing modern humans are missing the most. So why did we become so sensitive, even though life got easier? Not because we're broken, not because something's wrong with this generation, because we removed the training. Without realizing emotional strength was something that needed training in the first place. Our ancestors weren't tougher because they were different humans. They were tougher because hard days were unavoidable. We don't have to go back to surviving winters with no blankets. But maybe we need a little more difficulty on purpose. Not to suffer, but to remember how to handle it when life hands us some anyway. Because the goal was never to feel less. It was just to learn how to carry it a little better. If this made you see your own bad days differently, hit subscribe. Because next time, we're diving into something even stranger. Why your brain remembers pain longer than it remembers joy.